local all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
Now at 6, it's a chilly start to the day, and the weekend won't see much of a warm-up. Meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli is at the Weather Center. She has you covered with everything you need to know. And Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is out in Hartford, braving the elements for us to bring us everything that's happening, how it's feeling, also to tell us about a protocol that's been issued by Governor Ned Lamont. But first, we want to say good morning, happy Friday, TGIF. We've made it. Thanks for joining us on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Bridget Piorlo. Let's get back to the forecast because it is cold out there. Some places, Rachel, waking up to single digits.
Oh, yeah. And we don't have a lot of wind this morning. The winds have diminished, mainly after about midnight last night. And thankfully so, because with these colder numbers, we really don't need anything making it worse outside. The coldest air of the season, we haven't had overnight lows in really the single digits since about January of this year. 5 degrees in Torrington, near 9 right now in Waterbury, 12 in Willimantic, and 12 in Chester. It's 15 degrees right now in Groton. And even the slightest wind, it won't take much, so just plan accordingly for a bit of a wind chill this morning. Satellite and radar picture now, we are mostly clear outside. Taking a look at our wind speeds, 3 to about 7 miles per hour. So really not all that bad in terms of the wind, but even when you get the slightest wind up towards 7, it's going to make things feel a little bit colder out there. By lunchtime, we will have a lot of sun. Temperatures move into the mid to lower 20s, and by about 11, 12 o'clock and into the afternoon, we actually are going to increase the cloud coverage. So a mostly cloudy sky for the ride home. Temperatures around 28 degrees there. So 28 in Bristol, 29 in Southington. Dress accordingly, near 30 degrees in Middletown. The upper 20s to near 30 degrees from Montville into Waterford. So we are going to struggle to make it above freezing today. Into tonight, temperatures into the teens and the 20s. It is not as cold tonight as it was for this morning. Temperatures by the afternoon will be up around 39 degrees for our Saturday. We'll have to watch for a morning shower or a snow shower first thing in the morning on Saturday, so it is something that bears watching, but it doesn't look like a significant issue for us. Then for our Sunday, we are dry with mostly cloudy skies. We'll talk about where we go from here along with your full 7-day coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02, our roadways are largely quiet across the state, so we don't have any significant delays to alert you to at this hour. So a look over in Brantford now on 95. Both directions look okay with light volume there. Your Brantford drive time to New Haven is around 7 minutes. New Haven to Bridgeport is around 30. It's about a half hour. Your travel speeds are around 44 miles per hour, and New Haven to Old Saybrook is around 28 minutes. And circling back to those low temperatures that are out there, Governor Ned Lamont has activated the state's cold weather protocol for the next 5 days. We are expecting bitter cold back into the forecast as we head into early next week. So Fox 61's Glenn Kittle joins us live in Hartford with the state leaders that are making of what they're making available to the people to get through this cold spell. Glenn, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rachel. Right now, it's just absolutely freezing outside. It's kind of that cold that when you get out of your car, it's almost like that cold air just sucks every bit of heat that you had in you just right out of you. So definitely some really cold temperatures outside this morning. And that cold weather protocol that was activated yesterday, it's going to go from today until December 9th. Connecticut's trying to protect its most vulnerable populations from this deep freeze by opening up warming shelters for them to utilize. Now, we're going to throw up some information on your screen right now. This is from the 211 website on warming shelters in the Hartford area. Now, the one that we're here at the Salvation Army on Homestead Avenue, that one is open 24/7 for folks to utilize. So definitely some great information for folks to know. Governor Ned Lamont delivered this message to folks yesterday as we all geared up for these lower than normal temperatures. He said in part, quote, "It's going to be an exceptionally cold for this early in the season, with lows over the next few days dropping to the single digits and wind chills close to 0 at times. This kind of Arctic air can be dangerous, and spending long periods of time outdoors in these conditions is not only harmful, but it can also be fatal. I also want to remind everyone that leaving pets outdoors in these conditions can be just as dangerous as it is for humans, and everyone should take steps to protect their pets from these harsh conditions." Definitely some great advice from the governor there in regards to pets, as well as just generally gearing up for this cold weather. We're going to have a full list, or the 211 website, 211.org, will have a full list of all the warming shelters in Connecticut. You can also search up your area code of your hometown, and you can look up the nearest warming shelters near you if you should need it. We'll have that link on our website and more information on our website at fox61.com. Live in Hartford, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, thanks. Get somewhere warm. We appreciate it. And as the temperature drops, plumbers say now is the time to prepare your home. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza spoke with a local plumber about what homeowners need to know to avoid costly damage.
Plumbers I spoke with tell me the biggest issue they see is people waiting until it's too late. I spoke with an expert who told me what you need to know, including which pipes are most at risk and what you can do right now to prevent a freeze up. They say keeping your home warm is the #1 defense against frozen pipes, recommending the thermostat stay above 60 degrees. They also suggest opening cabinets during deep freezes so warm air can circulate around exposed plumbing. Zachary Carr with a Yellow Home Services says any pipe carrying water is at risk, especially those sitting on exterior walls or older outdoor spigots that freeze more easily.
Older homes are definitely more vulnerable to freeze-ups due to lack of insulation in the house and not as efficient heating systems. A simple fix for a homeowner would be, if you do encounter a freeze-up, you could get a hair dryer to potentially thaw out the pipe. However, in those situations, sometimes that's where we create expansion. So the best thing really to do is to call a professional.
Carr says replacing older outdoor spigots with frost-free models and removing garden hoses for winter can also prevent cracks. He adds that a little preparation can save homeowners thousands of dollars later on. In Winter Locks, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
6:06 now, and state officials say an inmate accused of attacking a corrections officer earlier this week died yesterday morning. The corrections department says it's investigating the death as an apparent suicide. Officers found 27-year-old Jayshawn Bellamy unresponsive in his cell, and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. Bellamy was halfway through his 20-year sentence in a sexual assault case. He was originally at the Osborne Correctional Institution in Summers, but he was moved to another prison following the Monday attack. Officials tell us Bellamy was the only person in his cell at the time. State police are now investigating his death as well as the Monday assault. Well, Waterbury police arrested a Meriden woman yesterday and accused her of shooting at a man on Saturday near Grand Street. Police say 39-year-old Jessica Towell shot at the man during an isolated incident between two groups of people. The victim showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound on his arm and abdomen. Those injuries are not life-threatening. Towell faces assault, firearm, and drug charges. Towles posted her $300,000 bond and is due in court on December 12th. Well, 27 years after a Yale student was found stabbed to death in New Haven, the case remains cold, and there's still no answer to who killed Suzanne Joven. Joven was a senior studying political science and international studies at Yale University. And nearly 3 decades later, some of the same people who started working on her case when the incident happened have still not given up hope. They want to know who killed her. New Haven's original police detective on the murder investigation was Ed Kendall. He's retired now, but he spoke during an event yesterday marking Joven's death.
We ask anyone who might have information to please come forward and contact the New Haven Police Department. Law enforcement agencies and civilian people have worked hard on this investigation.
There is a $150,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. A missing man whose car was found burned near the Enfield town line is home safe this morning. 20-year-old Julius Stokinis was last seen Monday. Tuesday, officers say they found his car burned near Scantic River State Park. Law enforcement searched the park over the past couple of days, found nothing. But yesterday morning, East Windsor police announced that he safely returned home on his own. And they're now thanking everyone for helping with the department and sending in tips. 6:09 now, Boston police arrested a Norwalk man yesterday for his role in a massive street takeover from last October. 19-year-old David Moran Chavez is charged with burning a car, illegally having fireworks, and disturbing the peace. Officials tell us there were more than 100 people who threw fireworks and other objects at Boston police cruisers. One cruiser caught fire and was destroyed, but thankfully no officers were hurt. Police say Moran Chavez will appear in Connecticut court as a fugitive from justice justice. 2 other men from Rhode Island were also charged in that incident. And the Cheshire Board of Education was expected to vote last night on a redistricting plan that would impact hundreds of families, but the vote never happened. Overcrowding from a pandemic population boom has pushed several schools over capacity, and even with 2 new elementary schools opening this fall, officials say redistricting is still necessary. The board reviewed the 5 proposed maps again, but did not take action. Well, last week, the owners of Jimmy's of Savin Rock announced after 100 years of serving the community that it would be closing its doors for good on December 7th. And it comes as the owners are in their 80s and they want to retire, as they deserve to. The restaurant first started out as Moxie's and sold their famous split hot dogs. Decades later, it's grown to be one of the best seafood restaurants in West Haven, according to locals. Since the announcement on November 29th of the restaurant's closure, the line has been out the door and the wait is even longer than ever. But those stopping by say it's well worth the wait to relive the memories that the spot has created.
I'm going to miss not coming here. Too bad they have to close. At least you came during the summer. You walked outside. You brought your hot dog. Sometimes we get the hot dog to go, and we sit outside on the bench or on the beach.
I was 3 years old when Jimmy's opened in 1925. And when I was a little kid, we used to come here to Jimmy's.
It's the end of an era. And if you're hoping to get your Jimmy's fix one more time, employees say get there early because there is a wait. Again, the closing day is December 7th, this coming Sunday. Open enrollment for health and dental insurance plans started November 1st, and while it can be overwhelming, Fox 61 is teaming up with Access Health CT to take out the guesswork. Join us every Tuesday morning in our 8 o'clock hour for Coverage Countdown. Access Health CT will share important information that can help you choose the right plan for you and your family.